Europe's medieval period lasted from the 5th to the 15th century. During this time, torture was often used to extract confessions or obtain the names of accomplices or other information about crimes. Some methods were considerably crueler than others. So, in this video, we're going to talk about the top 3 worst torture ways in medieval times. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Number 3. The breaking wheel. The wheel is known as one of the most effective inventions in human history. Almost every domain of human society was fundamentally changed, including agriculture and transportation. But the wheel was also used for more malicious intent, executions and torture. The name for wheels used for this malicious purpose is now the breaking wheel. According to Geoffrey Abbott, author of What a Way to Go, the wheel started as a method of execution under the cruel Roman emperor of Commodus, memorialized by the gladiator. Commodus secured people on a bench, then rolled a wheel with iron spikes over the body of the victim. An executioner would also pound the wheel into the body of the victim, rolling it up the body of a victim and causing a gruesome amount of pain to someone by doing so. Abbott notes there were 2 groups of people that would usually receive the wrath of the wheel: slaves and Christians. Sometimes the wheel would roll from someone's ankles to their face. Other times the wheel would roll horizontally across the body, and either way, the wheel was one of the cruelest forms of torture and execution. Number 2. The torture rack. Another brutally famous torture device in the ancient world was the rack. It involved a table, usually wooden, with axles and levers at both ends. The victim was forced to lie down, after which leather straps and belts bound their wrists and heels. The straps had chains or ropes tied to them, which wound over the ankles. One or several torturers would then slowly push the levers, causing the axles to rotate and produce tension in the chains. This caused the straps to dig into the person's skin and gradually stretch their body outwards. The internal physical turmoil that one would have suffered is hard to swallow. Vertebrae expanded, joints, muscles, and tendons gave way, posture changed, the ribcage pressurized the lungs, bones shattered, nerve endings became exposed. The pain would be near unimaginable. As a bonus for the especially tough, they were placed on spiked axles that stripped their back of its flesh. Number 1. Rat torture. Humans have a long history of developing inventive ways to hurt each other. There's seemingly no end to the horrifying torture devices that people have conceived. But one of the most terrifying methods of torture ever created doesn't require a man-made device at all. Instead, it just requires a rat. Many people naturally feel a sense of fear and revulsion towards rats, and the animals will chew through nearly anything, including human flesh. And that makes them the perfect tools for torture, especially if the torturer knew how to use them. One of the first documented uses of this diabolical technique occurred in 17th century Europe during the Dutch Revolt, with Dutch leader Diederik Sonoy famously using the technique against captured prisoners. This sadistic form of torture is the kind that signifies the worst excesses of the human imagination and what it can be capable of in the name of punishment. The victim was bound to a table on their back, as a rat was placed on the chest. A bucket or container made of metal or iron was placed over the rat, trapping it. A fire was then started on top of the container, and the rat would panic from the heat. To escape the cage, the rats have to find their way outside, and the victim's skin, being the soft surface, used to attract them. Rats would dig their way into the bowels of the victim. It was an excruciating and torturous method causing gruesome death. So that's it for now. Please like, share, and comment with your thoughts below if you like this video. Remember to subscribe to see our next video. Stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video.